Godot 4.0 beta 4 has been released, and I'm going to be trying it out and saying my opinion in this video. Is it going to be a good version, or is it going to be a bad beta? First of all, let's download this new version of Godot. This is the article from the official webpage of Godot, and this says Dev Snapshot Godot 4.0 Beta 4. In previous videos, I've already tried out Godot 4.0 Beta 1 and 2, and they were not a pretty good versions. Anyway, to download this new version, you have to click here where it says jump to the download section, and then you select your build that you want to download. In my case, I'm going to download the standard build because I don't want to use a C#. Then we have here a lot of versions we can download. In my case, I'm going to download Godot version 4.0 beta 4 Windows 64.x.zip. I'm just going to click it, and then I have my version downloading. As usual, it's a zip file, and when you extract the files, you have the executable and this other thing that you don't have to change. Now let's open Godot 4.0 and test the loading times, and it was pretty good, I think. Okay, the interface is exactly the same one, I think. I also have my projects. This is from Godot 4 beta 1 and this is from Godot 4 beta 2. So I'm just going to create a new project and call it Godot 4 beta 4. I'm going to create a new folder in my documents. I'll have the renderer forward plus, supports desktop platforms only, advanced, well, we have lots of things here, or mobile. This is the renderer. This is new, I think. Let's say that with this forward plus, it's more for advanced 3D graphics, and mobile is desktop and mobile, and is for 2D, let's say. As this is just going to be a test, I'm going to be using 2D. Let's use this renderer and click create and edit. And the loading times, I think they are better than they used to be in beta 2. I think that the interface is exactly, yes, it's exactly the same, but let's try out the things. First of all, I'm just going to create a new 2D scene. I'm going to rename this node to beta 4, for example, and then I'm going to attach a new script. Call it, we have also a template. We can disable the template and we will have an empty script, or we can select no default or object empty. I'm just going to, yes, disable the template. The path will be the same and inherits node 2D. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, and here we are. What I love about Godot is the built-in code editor. I don't have to open Visual Studio Code or any other code editor. This is a really good point of Godot. Then, just to try out if everything's working fine, I'm going to create a new function. I don't know why it's not func. Okay, and for example, ready, and I'm going to print a message, for example, hello world. Now I'm going to save this scene with Ctrl S. I'm going to save that in that path. We have this icon with which we can jump to the documentation with this function. As you can see, I am in the function ready, and if I click here, this is the documentation about the ready function. Then I'm just going to press play. I have to select the main scene. I'm going to select the current scene, and everything is working fine, I think, because The loading times are great. And of course here we have the hello world message. Let's check out the node list, because sometimes they add some new nodes, but I think they are the same as yes, I think they're the same as the beta 2. Other good thing that this version has, it's very similar to Unity, but for example, let's say that you have some nodes inside your node. For example, you have a rigid body 2D, and also you have I don't know, let's say a sprite, and you want to have these references in your script to do some things with it. You can make an export variable that is called, for example, rigid body 2D, and you put the type of variable you want, in this case rigid body 2D. Then for example, if you want to grab this sprite, you will do something really similar. Export variable, you put a name, for example sprite 2D, then you put the type of variable, the type of thing you want, in this case sprite 2D. Then you select the node that has a script, in this case beta 4, and you can assign from the inspector these variables. Instead of typing here on ready, you can make them as export variables and put the values here. Rigid body 2D, I'm going to drag and drop here rigid body, you have to select this one. So you can drag and drop. For example, firstly you select the node that has the script beta 4, and then in the space rigid body, in my case you drag and drop rigid body, there is the variable assigned, and the same thing will happen with sprite 2D. The advantage of this is that it doesn't matter if you change the name of these nodes, because for example, if you change the name of the node from rigid body 2D to let's say RV, and then you change the sprite 2D name to I don't know, sprite, it doesn't matter, okay, because you have your references here. I will show you that this is working fine. I load the a texture to this sprite. This is just the default icon, and I'm going, let's say, to move it right some amount I want. So I'm just going to call the ready function, and then I'm going to call this sprite to the reference I've made here. This is saying, okay, grab this node we've put here and change the position dot x. Let's say we want it to be in the center of the screen, so we're going to put equal. Then we are going to put here get viewport rect dot size, so we get the size of the current viewport, and we're going to divide it by 2. So by doing this, I'm going to put divided by 2. By doing this, our sprite will be centered on the screen perfectly. So as you could see, everything is working fine. So these export variables are the same as public variables in Unity. I think that what Godot 4 is trying to do is to, in a way, try to copy things from Unity as this, and it's trying to be better than Unity. We have a lot of more betas that will be released, and of course I will be trying out these betas in the videos. What I really like about Godot, I said it a lot of times, is the interface. The interface is incredible. The code editor, the built-in code editor in Godot is something that Unity should also do, because to have a built-in code editor makes things lots easier. this is all for today's video. If you want to see more news about Godot, please subscribe to the channel and see you on the next one. Bye bye.